Bred to Win, brought to you by Inglis, the Inglis Main Sale Series. Mares, Yearlings and Weanlings, Riverside Stables, May 2 to 9.
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy. Welcome to another autumn edition of Bred to Win. Coming up on this week's show, we preview this Friday's Elite Inglis Chairman Sale here at the Riverside Stables in Sydney and look at the new sires with first foals going through the Inglis Weanling sale on Thursday. Cambridge Stud's Performance of the Week and another great behind-the-scenes segment in farm life. And Arrowfield's own marketing manager, Kriston Feehan, with a star stayer as the horse who made her love racing. First though, a big focus on Adelaide's Group 1 racing from the weekend and more stallion announcements in the Aushorse News of the Week. Coolmore Australia have announced their stallion roster for 2021, highlighted by new but proven sire Wootton Bassett and dual Group 1 winner King's Legacy. King's Legacy is the only dual Group 1 winning 2-year-old colt by Redute's Choice, and the close relation to Not a Single Doubt will stand his first season for $33,000. Wootton Bassett was acquired by Coolmore Stud after his deeds in the Northern Hemisphere, which included siring triple Group 1 winner European champion Almanzor, who stands at New Zealand's Cambridge Stud and whose first runner was a winner in France this week. A G1 Goldmine analysis of Wootton Bassett shows the hot cross for the son of Ifraj is the stallion Sharpen Up, who's found in 38% of stakes winners when Wootton Bassett is in the sire line. In fact, the Sharpen Up Wootton Bassett cross currently produces 13% stakes winners to runners. The best example of that is indeed Almanzor, while stallions carrying Sharpen Up with daughters who would also match up well include So You Think, Done Deal and their sire High Chaparral, Pinatubo, Dream Ahead, Star Spangled Banner, Kingman and more. Wootton Bassett will stand for $71,500 at Coolmore's Jerry's Plains base, and you can match your mare with him using Stallion Match by visiting the Coolmore website and clicking on the G1 Goldmine link on the Stallions page. The other stallion to note on the Coolmore roster with a well-deserved fee increase is 10-time Group 1 winner So You Think, who'll stand for $77,000 this year. The main feature in the Newgate Farm fees is the rise in price for outstanding Golden Slipper winning stallion Capitalist. The son of Written Tycoon sees his price jump to $99,000 after siring 3 stakes winners in his first crop, including Group 1 Champagne Stakes winner Captivant. Deep Field's fee has increased to $88,000 and Flying Arties to $33,000.
He comes to the outside, North Pacific. He's the real deal, the brazen boat cock.
Stunning new boy North Pacific, a stallion in a similar mould to Deep Field, will stand his first season at a fee of $22,000. The major news in the Widden Stud roster for 2021 is the rise in fee for their star son of Northern Meteor, Zoostar.
Zootori, the toppy, moves up, takes the lead, won the Newmarket, a big effort.
As sire of this autumn's Newmarket Handicap winner Zootori and Group 2 winning 2-year-olds Lightsaber and Glistening, Zoostar has seen his fee rise to $154,000. Currently lying third on the general Australian sires list, I Am Invincible is getting another deserved fee hike at Yarraman Park Stud, with 11 yearlings selling for over $1 million this year. Vinnie's fee in 2021 has increased to $220,000. Barnmate Hellbent remains at $22,000. Matthew Sandblom's Kingstar Farm has added high-class juvenile Time to Reign to their roster. The half-brother to Golden Slipper winner She Will Reign will stand at $9,900 alongside Unite and Conquer, Bull Point and Lord of the Sky. Victoria's Swettenham Stud will stand Rubik, the magnificently bred sire of Everest winner Yes Yes Yes, for the first time this season. The son of Encosta de Lago from Reduced Choices family stands for $27,500, while Victoria's most popular stallion High Chaparral's Toronado has a capped book this year at an increased fee of $49,500. And Snitzel's Australian Guineas winner Wandjina will move to Victoria's Larnook Stud in 2021. Sire of Group 2 winning 2-year-old Mamaragan and the ultra-consistent stakes place getter Wonderbar and more, Wandjina will stand for $8,800 alongside Cluster and Wolfcry.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
The 2021 Kentucky Derby was a victory for the little guy, with a $1,000 yearling Medina Spirit outpointing his more fancied rivals. By a little-known son of Giants Causeway, Protonico, he was on-sold for $35,000 as a 2-year-old. While the only performer of note in Medina Spirit's pedigree several generations back is the stallion High Yield.
Poetic flair and master of the seas.
The breed-shaping classic, the English 2000 Guineas, went to a son of former Guineas winner Dawn Approach. While Jim Bolger bred and trained the colt and other successful members of the family, such as Teofilo, and it wasn't a Coolmore success, Dawn Approach is, of course, a descendant of the great Galileo through his sire, Epsom Derby winner New Approach. Yulong's Lucky Vega finished third.
Media Award, personal late, Media Awards in front.
The Inglis Graduate of the Week is a great story about a $5,000 yearling winning a Group 1 Oaks, with the 2021 Australasian Oaks at Morphettville in Adelaide won by the Seamus Award filly Media Award. Bought by Mark Arrowsmith of Aintree Park from Balness Stud at Young at the 2019 Vobis Gold yearling sale, the $5,000 bargain buy is the 61st individual Group 1 winner from an Inglis sales ring since 2018 and the 30th who could have been bought for $100,000 or less. Her half-sister by Super One is entered for this year's gold sale to be held at Oaklands on May 16 and 17, while she's from a more than ready daughter of Harley Marr, who won the listed Morphettville Guineas. Media Awards sire Seamus Award, a Cox Plate winning son of Snitzel, stands at Victoria's Rosemont Stud, and she was his second Group 1 winner and 12th stakes winner overall.
At 140 a bid, at 140,000, at 140.
The top seller on day one of the Inglis HTBA sale held at Riverside in Sydney was a colt by Capitalist from Glistening Light, who was sold for $140,000 to Peter Moffat and Mitchell Williams Bloodstock. The second top lot on day one was a colt by Ocean Park, bought by Merchant Bloodstock for $85,000. Both top sellers will be re-offered as 2-year-olds at the Inglis Ready to Race sale on October 5. The sale continued on Monday. The Inglis Chairman's Sale has become a unique niche sale on the global calendar, and this year there are over 60 entries, including Group 1 winning mares, Group 1 producing mares, and even some stallion shares. So who are the expected top lots, and also who are going to be the new sires on fire as their first foals go through the sales ring also later this week at the Inglis Australian Weanling Sale. Sebastian, always exciting heading into an Inglis Chairman's Sale. It's a sale, an elite sale, obviously, that's really evolved over recent years.
Yeah, Caroline, it's been a spectacular producer of elite brood mares. I mean, you look at the Golden Slip winner this year, he was sold in utero at the Chairman's Sale 2 years ago. You know, the dams of a series of top-class horses, whether it's Loving Gabby or Sprite or Natoyer, etc., etc. These are all mares that have been offered through a Chairman's Sale in recent years, and very much looking forward to the 2021 renewal. How
does this one stack up? I mean, obviously, you know, the numbers, you're around the sort of 60-65 mark at the moment.
It feels like we say it every year about every sale, but we think it's the best catalogue of mares that we put together, certainly in my time here. mean, obviously it's a sale that's evolved and grown over the years, but I think it's really got a strong place in the market now. I mean, you only have to flick through the catalogue to recognise the fact the catalogue is made up of household names. You know, there are people who are casual racing observers, they'll recognise either the progeny of these mares or the mares themselves, and I think that's a testament to the quality of the catalogue.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the coverage with Lizzie Jelfs, because it really does bring the racing side of it, you know, to see the whole bloodstock side as well and how a sale actually operates. We're talking about horses like Natoya, of course, we know recently won the Queen of the Turf, but also a Doncaster Mile winner. I mean, these are the elite Group 1 mares.
Yeah, I think it's the best collection of race mares that we've had. You know, it's, you know, obviously people with good race mares are a host of options. You know, the reality is the majority of people who own them don't want to sell them. So the opportunity to actually get any of them for sale is quite rare, and there are alternative options for sale, etc. So to have consolidated the group that we have with Pippi, Celebrity Queen, Natoya, Dance, you know, down to mares like From Within or Into the Abyss, are just really nice, fast young mares. It's hard to consolidate that sort of group of mares, so to actually go through the catalogue and see what's there, it's going to be something that gets breeders really excited.
She's going to get it. Pippi won the Oakley Plate.
And you mentioned a horse like Pippi, of course, from Sledmere. A lot of different vendors preparing these mares as well. They've all obviously come from different places. But, you know, by Written Tycoon, I mean, we know obviously he stood the year in the Hunter Valley at Arrowfield, now heading back down to Victoria. But you know, what's happened with him since now as a grandsire as well, not just a sire of sires.
Like, the guys saw her in the Hunter Valley last week and just said she's a beautiful mare. I think people will be really taken when they see her here at the complex. You know, big, strong, flashy chestnut mare, you know, good shape, loads of scope. And the fact she was just so brutally fast, I mean, it's not just about being quick. She made every post a winning one. You look at her Oakley Plate win, she jumps from a wide barrier. She's in front after 50 metres and nothing hit her. I mean, it's an extraordinary effort. And that was very much the case in the majority of her best performances. She was blindingly quick. And that's an asset that's obviously very, very beneficial to any racehorse. So if she can pass that on to her offspring, she's the sort of mare that anybody's going to want to breed from. And the fact that she's by Written Tycoon just opens up a legion of options in terms of how she can be bred. I mean, you look at the success that Written Tycoon has had as a sire with daughters of Reduced Choice. You can imagine it being very appealing working in reverse, you know, whether it's just through Reduced Choice and Danehill and various sire lines. You just see her being a really appealing mare for a lot of people.
In her time in front from Inglis, and in her time.
Well, also some of these mares that have been the Group 1 winners, such as In Her Time, who was a Galaxy winner, In Foal to I Am Invincible. So some of the pregnancies these mares are holding are just outstanding.
Yeah, In Her Time's a pretty special mare. Like, she was highest rated sprinting mare in the world in 2018. That's quite an accolade when you consider the quality of sprinters around the world, even in Australia. So to be the best in the world is something incredible. She's a beautiful mare. You know, Jim Carey assures me that pregnancy has seen her absolutely blossom. He said however well she's looked in the past, she looks extraordinary now. So we're really excited to get her on the complex and have people see her. It's a really progressive family that people like. You know, it's a good traditional fast Australian family. She's related to Yes and a host of other good horses. And you know, you see close relatives her breeding expensive yearlings now, and it's not going to be any great surprise if she breeds expensive yearlings.
And again, we're talking about not just fast mares, but we're talking about the elite fast mares such as Celebrity Queen, another Oakley Plate winner. I mean, these aren't just the mares that get out and win a few 1200 metre races. These are the speedsters.
Celebrity Queen is special because she's the fastest Group 1 winning daughter of Reduced Choice. I mean, we know how special Reduced Choice is as a sire. You know, it's been widely spoken of during Easter, but this is an exceptional daughter of his. She was on an Oakley Plate, you know, not just beating her own sex, but beating open company sprinters, you know, in a wickedly fast time. You know, you go through the winning times of that race. She's run a quicker time than a lot of very good horses have done in winning that race. And she had a potent burst of speed. You know, I think that's going to appeal to a lot of people. It's very rare for mares like that to come on the market, so we're very grateful for the opportunity from Bob and Sandra Peters to be able to offer a mare like that. And again, you're looking at the stallions for which she's going to be compatible. There's a host of international stallions that she's going to suit, and domestically there's a legion of them as well. So I think she's a filly, or a mare, excuse me, that's going to get people really excited.
Angel of Truth is well clear, and Angel of Truth makes all in the Derby.
And looking at the successful brood mares too, of course, Scarlatini's one of those, the dam of the ATC Derby winner, Angel of Truth, in foal to Fastnet Rock.
I mean, he's been a cracking horse again this autumn. He's a Derby winner. Bernardini's a broodmare sire, is outstanding. She's got a lovely pedigree. She's in foal to Fastnet Rock. They're the best part of just 40 pregnancies to that horse this year. So mares like Scarlatini and Savannah Moore are going to be really appealing on the premise that they're carrying valuable pregnancies. And again, you know, these are very rare opportunities for people to buy top-class producers, and we think people are going to want to take advantage of it.
And Dance, bolted away by 3 from Lizzie Lamour, John Snow and Authentic Petty.
As you mentioned, you know, some of these mares such as Dance, you know, Zabille Classic winner, you've got a 2-year-old Group 1 winner, Eldorado Dreaming, a Sweet Deal, Mildred, who was a real little speedster by Hinchinbrook too. There aren't many of those around. So, you know, it really rounds out nicely, all these Group 1 and Group winning mares.
There's an absolute legion of them. I mean, we think it's the best catalogue of brood mares that we put together, and it's page-turning stuff to go through the catalogue. You know, some of these mares, it's not hard to envisage these mares producing top-class 2-year-olds, top-class sprinters, good colts end up at stud. I mean, these are the sort of mares that people want to be breeding from. There's a tremendously broad spectrum of stallions to which they can be bred. You know, we've had a fantastic regeneration in the stallion ranks over the last 12 months. I think we're going to see people going out specifically identifying mares that can be bred to the likes of, you know, whether it's Capitalist or Frosted or Shalaa or any of these Deep Field, any of these really exciting young stallions. And these are the kind of mares that are going to fit perfectly into books of horses like that.
It is Crazy Land, too good on debut.
And the other exciting thing with any sale, of course, thoroughbred sale, are the updates too. We've seen Crazy Land, a 2-year-old winner at Windsor in the UK, who's a half to Mia Diva, lot 37. Also, Chica Fuerte has won an Alexandra Stakes, a group winner at Moonee Valley since Guapa. I mean, there are a stack of them, you know, day by day, they're getting updated.
I think we talk about these quality mares as being like gifts that keep on giving. You buy out of these pedigrees that are really high-class pedigrees that are synonymous with good horses, and you find their updates time and time again. You're looking at some of these mares and seeing where they might sit in 2 and 3 and 4 years' time, and like Matthew Samblon bought the Golden Slipper winner in utero here. Every year there are top-class horses being bought in utero. You know, there are going to be opportunities like that at this sale again this year, and we've already seen pedigrees updates, as you've alluded to, and there are going to be plenty more, I have no doubt about it.
But how are you going? Obviously with the COVID era, we won't see the internationals again, but what's been the lead up? What's the feel as far as, you know, from local and overseas people looking at this sale?
Domestically, there's been great interest in, you know, certainly the whole series of sales, because the yearling sales have been so strong. You know, breeders are quite confident looking forward into the future and want to try and accumulate quality stock going forward. We have a number of new investors looking to get involved or increase their involvement. You know, from the point of view of international involvement, this coronavirus era has effectively educated people into a new way of doing business. You know, people are more comfortable with identifying stock of interest through videos or liaising with Australian affiliates, etc. So we've already touched base on a number of, you know, whether it's Asian, European or US-based buyers who have either discussed a sale with Australian affiliates or with us and have an interest in the sale. It's not unreasonable to think that major international investors want to get involved in a sale like this. You think that, you know, the session-topping yearling called to Keeneland a couple of years ago was out an Australian-bred mare. You know, it was English Derby winner a couple of years ago out of an Australian-bred mare. You know, a host of top-class horses in Japan out of Australian-bred mares. You know, I think there's worldwide recognition of the quality of stock that's available here, and as a consequence, a sale like this resonates as a very significant sale on the international calendar.
And of course on Thursday the 6th, the Weanling sale, the English-Australian Weanling sale. The excitement of the first foals of these new stallions, such as, you know, Justified, Trapeze Artist, Grunt, written by Harry Angel, Saxon Warrior Mendelssohn, the list just rolls on. These were elite performers on the track.
Oh, I love this sale because it's a window into how professionals view the market for 2022. You know, who are the stallions they want to have stock by, you know, particularly the pinnacles. Who have they identified the horses with scope for upside? Who are the first season horses they really take a shine to? Obviously it's exciting to be able to have, you know, really well-bred stock by horses like Justified, Trapeze Artist, written by, etc., etc. And I think the market's going to take very kindly to those horses. But again, you're trying to identify where certain stallions sit in the pecking order, and I think it's safe to assume that progeny horses like Capitalist are going to be very keenly sought after. And there are a number of other extremely progressive young stallions that people just want to be a part of, and we're lucky to have them represented in the catalogue.
And we'll have a full review of the Inglis Chairman's and Weanling sales in next week's show. Coming up on Bred to Win, the Cambridge Stud Performance of the Week. And in Farm Life, we have a look at the work of the stud vets as the breeding season approaches, making sure the Cambridge mares deliver strong and healthy future generations of racetrack stars.
Instant Celebrity, with a turn of acceleration, exploded to the lead, and she'll take the Tab Classic brilliantly.
The second Australian Group 1 of the weekend, the Tab Classic, also known as the Robert Sangster Stakes, was won by a South Australian bred filly by the now retired son of Redout's choice, Arrowfield Stud's Not a Single Doubt. Instant Celebrity is raced by her breeders Trevor and Beth Robertson and is from the high-quality mare Celebrity Girl. By the New Zealand-bred Starcraft, Celebrity Girl was a dual-listed winner, while Instant Celebrity was raised at famed South Australian nursery Mill Park Stud at Meningie. Saturday's Group 1 winner was the 15th for Not a Single Doubt, putting him back in front on the Australian General Sires table after Saturday's racing. Now find out more about the vet work that keeps the Cambridge Stud broodmares happy and healthy leading into the breeding season.
So what we're going to do is bring these mares up for scanning. We're going to check their placentas just to see if they're okay. We'll also do a general well-being checkup. So Rob, our vet, he'll go check the mare over and make sure she's healthy and doing well.
We're just setting up to have a look at some of the infoal mares. Want to check that they're pregnant, give them a general health check. Whilst we're doing that, we're going to scan their placentas and check for the health of the fetus.
This is Omanana. She's a 10-year-old mare by More Than Ready. She's had 4 foals to date. She had a Zoo Star that made 600 at Cracker in 2019, which was purchased by Godolphin. So we're just going to go and scan her now, and she's in foal down Manzor. We'll have a look at that placenta and see if Rob's happy with it all.
Ready, gents? Yep. Feeling good. She's pregnant. Get her out of the crush, and if you can just hold up the front there, I wouldn't mind just having a quick look at her just to make sure she's otherwise healthy. And we do an average of 3 measurements there. She's come out at 0.32. Perfect, that's exactly where you want her. She needs no special treatment, just get through the winter months and into the foaling paddock. And we just look at her general body condition, really happy with that. Have a look at her feet. Obviously she's had a few little cracks there. The farrier's well on top of those. Check her, whoa sweetie, I know. Check her colour, that's all good. And we'll just give her a little walk just for lameness. She's a nice straightforward mare, doesn't need shoes or anything on. Some of them do, their feet can't handle the wet. But she's coping very well, in good body condition, really happy with her.
Give the pass mark?
Pass mark.
Perfect, yep. Sounds good.
Another really interesting and beautifully put together story from Cambridge Stud in a segment that's proving very popular with Bred To Win viewers. Coming up on the show, Arrowfield Stud's marketing whiz, Kriston Feehan, with a gallant gelding who made her love racing.
This segment brought to you by Arrowfield Stud, the brand worth its weight in gold.
The horse that made me love racing was Nothing Like a Dane. I was a massive fan of Gay Waterhouse and still am, and I was about 10 years old when he was in the height of his career. He obviously was a multiple Group 1 winner. He won a Dulcify, Champion Stakes, Derby in Victoria, and one of my fondest memories was actually the AJC Derby at Randwick. I went along with my grandfather, and they were selling caps at the time, octagonal and saintly, and he got beaten that day and he came 4th, but I still have the cap in my office, which obviously brings back great memories. He was just a tough horse. He was always in the finish in so many stakes races, and as a young race goer there was nothing better to just follow a horse week in, week out that was always in the finish. And that was the reason why I loved him at such a young age.
There's a lovely symmetry. I mean, you're now the marketing manager and great to work with from a media point of view at Arrowfield Stud, and that's where he originated from.
Absolutely. He was actually raised and sold by Arrowfield. He was from the second crop of Danehill, and JM actually still tells a lovely story about the day he was sold through the Arrowfield draft. Tommy Smith loved the horse from the get-go, and JM took a glass of champagne to congratulate him once he purchased the horse, and Tommy actually said, I should be buying you a glass of champagne because I've just bought an absolute superstar, and he was absolutely right, and it was a pleasure to watch.
That is Bred to Win for this week. Don't miss next week's show as we bring you all the theatre and the Group 1 bloodstock going through the sales ring at the Inglis Chairman's and Weanling sales here at Riverside Stables in Sydney. I'm Caroline Searcy. Look forward to seeing you then.
Bred to Win, brought to you by Inglis, the Inglis May Sale Series. Mares, Yearlings and Weanlings, Riverside Stables, May 2 to 9.